Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast. All the things we did not get to during the course of the show today or talk about on the show because it's not the best format for it, like murder. So, hey, here's the Aftercast.
Which murder?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. No, this is one that Betty Rock has been following because Betty Rock is like a true crime person. And every time a story comes up about this story, like on the TV, she's like, can you turn it up? Can you turn it up? And so I'm curious if you even know this. Okay, so the Idaho murders. You know, the college students?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so you have followed that. You watched a show on it the other day, right?
Yeah, and I listened to a podcast about it.
That's what it was. Okay. Did you know that they are demolishing that house where the murders took place? Mm-hmm. You knew that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there was debate on whether or not they should or they shouldn't because some people are saying, well, you can redeem it. Mm-hmm. You know, like with time, it can be redeemed. Mm-mm. And others are saying, no, it'll become this place that's known more for something bad than something good.
Sure.
So
and I can see both, and I can definitely see that being the house that everyone talks about for years, you know, kind of thing. And it is interesting that, like, I learned years ago, I used to think if someone was murdered in your home that you had to somehow disclose that in your real estate deals. You do not. You do not. Nope. No, you don't. There's it's really,
I could be living in a house.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
dude, in my neighborhood, this is really sad. There's a house 3 houses down from me that some of our best friends used to live in, and recently, like last year, the guy shot himself. And then 2 houses down from him, there was someone else that took themselves out. Like my cul-de-sac, I don't know what's going on.
You doing good?
Ish. No, but it's crazy. Like it's really crazy. And I always thought you had to disclose that stuff. And then talking to a realtor, they're like, oh no, you don't have to disclose that because theoretically that's no different than my father-in-law died in my house.
That's
know.
True.
And so what is the ultimate difference except for something that, like, say if it was a murder, you'd be like, oh, that had this weird scary thing attached to it.
So let's say that, and again, this is dark. But like somebody breaks into your house,
yes.
You defend the family,
sure.
Said, breaker inner was gone.
Yeah, that's what would
identified.
Happen.
And so
got his finger gun.
Hey, let me ask you this. Do you notice that people do this on TikTok all the time? They say unalived.
Yeah.
Is that so they don't get flagged for saying was killed or murdered? Or is that the new buzz? Like I was thinking it was like, oh, and so was murdered. And so if you say that enough, like they take it off of, social media?
I don't know.
Or is that just a hipster way?
It might be their way of like, being quirky instead of saying like we killed him. And it might just be like something to make it just a smidge more PG.
Okay, sorry, I digress.
Oh, no, I get it. I've heard it a million times. But say that happens and 3 years down the road, you guys are moving somewhere to live closer to your daughter. Mm-hmm. Would you, for the sake of that person who's moving in, and you've cleaned it up, you can't tell, would you tell?
Absolutely not.
A buyer? No. I don't think I would either.
Because it doesn't matter. Like, that's what I realized. It doesn't matter.
Well, it doesn't matter to you, but it could matter to them.
Yeah, but if you legally don't have to disclose it, then I don't think I would.
I don't think a professional realtor would recommend that you do it.
Right.
Like, I don't think they'd say, like, you should probably, like, tell them. Because once, all the transactions are made, you move away.
Yeah. It has no bearing on the house and the quality of the house. Now, if I don't tell them the air conditioner works and and it doesn't work, that's a jerk move. Like, if I know it's going to break, then I should tell them that.
Because it impacts them.
Exactly. Now, I guess you could, if you believe in ghosts and hauntings and things like that, you could say, well, someone was in your house and they're dead and they could haunt it. But like, I don't want to be that person that says that to anyone either.
Don't do seances, at least in this house.
Yeah, like that would be super weird. But then the other thing, back to this Idaho house, it's been put on hold. Here's 2 things that happened. Do you know that the person that owned the building, Betty Rock, donated it back to the school?
Yes.
You did know that?
They covered that in the podcast.
Okay.
Yes.
So they donated it back to the school. So now it's the school's problem to deal with.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people went to them and they said we shouldn't tear it down, but they didn't listen and they're going to tear it down.
Well, the school says, we look forward to removing this grim reminder of this tragedy and that all the decisions that they've made have been with the families of the victims and our students in mind.
Some have said they want it torn down. Some have said no. So they haven't gotten a unanimous vote.
Well, it's being pushed off now because of asbestos and lead pipes.
Hey.
Yeah, so there's something no one saw coming. So apparently the house would have then had to be, like if they kept it, would have had to have the asbestos remediated and the lead pipes changed. So that's a big expense. So this person that donates it to them, did they know there was asbestos in it? The kids were living in asbestos, which is weird. Boy, which is really sad too, but that's not what got them, and it's just a weird story. But so now the school, then they have to remediate it first and spend money on it before they just tear it down, because you can't tear it down with the asbestos in it, because it will fracture and it will spread particles. Exactly. So before you can tear down a building with asbestos, you have to have the asbestos completely professionally removed, then you can destroy it. So just another weird layer in an already weird and sad story. So there you go. What do you got besides the yawnies?
I get it.
Sorry. Anthony Michael Hall, you know him as the kid from all of those 80 shows like 16 Candles and Breakfast Club. He's the one he's kind of known as the nerd, and he's got, curly hair and stuff. Anyways, he is 55 years old and just became a dad.
Oh my goodness.
So that would be you.
Yes.
You're turning 55 next month.
Yes. I cannot even fathom dating a woman that could have a child.
Well, she's 32.
Yeah. Wow.
But he said that all his life he had claimed that he couldn't see himself having a family until he was older. And so he actually did do that. He said, I couldn't be happier now. Here I am at 55 and I'm fully committed. I'm excited.
That's so great. I think if you've never had a kid before, it's not as bad. Like you're like, okay, I've heard about it. Now I am pretty set in my ways. I'm going to have to adjust that. And what you do as a parent is you just adjust, and you're going to be tired and there's going to be parts that stink, but you're also like a millionaire-ish. I don't know how much money he's kept.
That's a good question. I wonder what his
Look at his net worth.
is.
Depends on how many nannies does he have? Because that
Didn't
might
he go
help.
on to do like a TV series? I think he went on to do like Blue Bloods or something. Like surprising. Like I'm like, that's Anthony Michael Hall. So he might have a decent.
$4 million?
Oh, that's not much at all.
No,
but it's still nothing.
No, that's not much at all. Okay, so maybe he's not the guy I was thinking of. Oh, I was thinking of the guy from Saved by the Bell.
Mario Lopez.
No, the other one, the blonde, Zach. Whatever his name is.
Oh, Mark
Gosmer or something like that.
Yes,
John Paul Gosmer.
Okay.
Mark Paul, whatever.
Sure.
Not important. But so if you haven't had a kid before, I don't think that is as bad as I have a friend that is in that boat that's in their early 50s and had a surprise kid. And you're like, what?
How old is their youngest kid?
Let me see. Their oldest is almost out of the house, like 17 or 18. Okay. So like about to be like a empty nester. And then this kid is like,
so
now
they had
years.
An only child for the longest time.
And so now you have this other child that you now have to raise, and you know how hard it is. You've been through it all and you were done. You saw the finish line. You're like, oh my goodness, we're going to travel. And like, I think that would be so hard.
I think I've told the story before, but a friend of mine in high school, she was 21 and she had her first baby. She and her husband were glad that they had babies right at the beginning.
Right.
So now she's my age and she's got a high schooler, two high schoolers. And so her plan was, it'll be great because once they get out and go to college, we can do what we want to do and have an empty house.
Right.
And I get that to some degree, but like you could be in that situation where it's like,
I know.
Now, here we are.
Oof.
Now, given, I don't think, there could be, but I highly doubt it, a 55-year-old woman having a baby.
That's way more rare, but 40s for sure now.
Yeah, so it is possible. And one of my best friends, her sister married into a family where her husband was the oldest kid. He was getting married, and his mom was pregnant with his sister.
No.
Yes.
No.
That'd be tough.
That'd be so weird.
Well, I have a family of cousins where like the oldest is just a few months older than me, and they are still like having kids. So it's like, I wouldn't personally want to have. I would never want to have a brother and a kid that could be the same age.
Right. Like that would be so weird, I think.
Or older.
Oh my
You
goodness.
get into the what is it? The You've Got Mail thing. Like, I'm his brother.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, where it's like the uncle is older than the kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be so weird.
No, the
to me.
uncle is younger than the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that I could deal with that. Like I had this, and this is what sounds so bad. Like I paid my dues, got my child raised and everything like that, and I had actually thought about fostering for a little bit. I thought, oh, that'd be kind of cool. But then I'm like, do I have the patience for that? And
Because you don't know like what
right.
you get in those situations.
Right.
It's
And
a great thing.
It's a beautiful thing. And the people that have a heart for that do that and do it so well, I have nothing but respect for. And then I'm like, I don't know that I'm wired that way anymore. You know, I think that ship has sailed for me. That
Patience has sailed.
patience.
You're saying you had more patience when you were younger?
You had to. Oh, you had to. Like when you have a kid, you have to be super patient. And now that you get a taste of freedom, like you're like, oh, I do like this.
Well, that's the thing too. You say a lot about freedom and stuff, but there's some people that love having kids in the home. Like I know you and Marty even contemplated not having kids at all.
At all, yeah.
And so that makes sense for your situation, like you having that empty nest, because that's something that y'all really love to have.
Yeah, and other people, it destroys
Yeah, other
them.
people, they don't want that. Like my other best friend, her sister is about to have her fourth baby,
Oh,
and
my goodness.
she's 27.
Oh my goodness!
But she just loves having babies.
Yeah.
oh,
Loves it.
Sometimes.
I mean, yeah, I was like, I don't regret it at all. I mean, like, Haley's amazing, and I love being a dad still, obviously, but I definitely, like, it was like, okay, doing that with just one was good. Like, that was fine. I've experienced it. It was good, you know? It's kind of like seeing the Grand Canyon. I only need to see it once.
Doesn't change.
I know, but it's the same thing. And so I don't need the anarchy of two Grand Canyons, you know, but
that
other
would be
people wire
like, that
way.
would be Haley.
Yeah.
If you had a kid at 55, that would be Haley
now.
having a sister
Yeah.
or brother that's an infant.
You'd be sending him off to
Yeah.
college and you'd be like 73.
Oh, it'd be insane. It'd be insane. I dated a girl in high school that her dad was in his 70s. Like he was an older guy. He married a younger woman, and he was like super wealthy and stuff. And he was a nice guy.
Yeah.
German guy and like super
Hey, if
like
you can
direct.
do it, great.
I know. Like it was, but it was interesting because everyone at school always thought that was her grandfather because he looked older, you know, and stuff. It wasn't like he was like the gray fox or the silver fox in great shape and everything, you know.
Yeah.
And so it was always weird for her, but he was a super nice guy. But yeah, I can't think about going back to that stage. And there's like I see people with kids that have multiple kids, and I just assume like they're older than me. Like Pastor Chad, he's got like 5 kids, and you just think, oh, he's got to be older than me to have that many kids and stuff like that. And it's like 10 years younger than me. I'm like, woo, good on you.
It's a lot.
Good on you. I'm glad you guys can do that, but I'm done. So, do you got any birthdays for us?
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Yeah, no. Okay.
I don't.
hoped for a second.
But I
there.
do have a question.
I love questions. Go.
This one is from Dana. She asked, if you were a season, which season would you be and why?
Now, not what you would want to be, but what you would be.
Yeah.
Winter, because I'm gloomy.
Yep.
See, I think we should answer for each other. You shouldn't answer for yourself. I would say, Wally, that you are summer.
Oh, I'm fun.
Nope. Because,
I'm hot.
no. I would say your temper
Oh, that's a bummer.
is
Boiling.
one with the heat.
Yeah.
And you're also from Florida.
Yeah.
So you like
Okay.
that weather. But
Okay.
you come across more as summer.
Okay, I'll go with winter for Betty because her heart is cold as ice.
Accurate.
Yeah, there's little like it's like black ice that you hit on the road that destroys you. So that'd be a great TikTok, black ice, and then the sound effect is just as a car's hitting something. Oh, it's funny. No, I would say, Betty, that you are a fall.
Oh, why?
You are a fall because you smell like pumpkin spice in the fall.
Wait,
Because you eat
what?
a lot of pumpkin spice stuff. No, but like you just seem like a fall. You love fall clothes.
I do.
You love the fall season,
I
and
love
it's,
it
it's
all.
when you are most fully alive. Yeah.
Yes, I love Halloween. I just not the Satan aspect. I just
Good.
love
Yeah.
the pumpkin.
Thanks for the
aspect.
clarifier on
Yeah,
that.
I love the pumpkins and the black cats. And
I saw a TikTok the other day. There's a lady dressed up as Dorothy, and she's holding her kid dressed up as Dorothy, and she's like, "We're Christians, so we don't celebrate Halloween, but we like to dress up and have fun and get candy." And then the TikToker is like watching it, and he goes, that's Halloween.
Yeah,
you know,
it's trick-or-treating.
it is funny how we like we have to distance ourselves from it, like in faith circles, and we have harvest festivals and trunk or treats, but we're still doing the exact same thing.
Just has
But
a different title.
We have to justify it because when I first got here, people went nuts. Like we were like one of the only Christian stations that we were talking about. Oh yeah, so Halloween. And they're like, you can't say Halloween. Like, why not? Like, because it's the devil's holiday. Oh really? Because when I was a kid, I just got candy. I never got Satan. Weird. And so like I just fought everybody on that, and I basically beat people down. I was like, I'm not gonna say harvest time. You know, I'm like, this is what it is. People know it as Halloween, and it's okay to. Oh, geez, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I have a medical condition, all right. It's called caring too much, and it's incurable.
Do you
care
remember,
so much.
Rock, you've been here so long. Do you remember when Zach, because Zach grew up like super sheltered and he never had trick-or-treated before. What? And
Oh, that's so
and
sad.
we put him in a pirate costume that was 2 sizes too small. And we sent him out trick-or-treating with my daughter, and my daughter
Oh my
taught
gosh.
him how to
Oh, I wish I'd
trick-or-treat.
seen that.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, there's still pictures online.
We went to a really nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
like
Good.
a really
McKaysville.
nice.
Those big,
Yeah.
get those big candy bars.
And we ran into Nate Sally, like from New Song. We
don't
ended
remember
up
that.
trick or treating at Nate Sally's house from
don't
New Song.
remember that.
Yeah, and so but it was one of those things that I fought. Betty Rock, since you're the good person at deciding these things, what would you say Gavin is?
I would say spring
Oh,
because
everything's new.
well, he gets startled easily, so he springs up.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay.
But also because it is like it's like the young season. It's
good
starting
idea.
brand new.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
And
Yeah.
so I would say that. Yeah.
That is good.
Though you try to dress it down. I would say you dress like a 75-year-old,
Yeah,
but
I really,
you are 27.
I've really leaned into that, and I don't believe in that whole like, oh, I'm like an old soul, because I'm definitely not.
Right.
Like, I don't. Whenever anyone says that, I'm like, boo. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Like I know I dress
because
like it now.
I'm the not, which
Very
means
not.
Very
I'm
not?
very not.
Yeah,
But I've
you know.
got I just invested in these glasses recently, which I've been told are grandpa style.
That's a bold move too, because those glasses typically don't take this the wrong way. That's gonna come out wrong. I can see it coming.
I'm not even gonna be surprised.
Say it!
Okay, no.
I'm not hurt by you anymore.
Okay, good. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you. No, what I'm saying is typically those glasses, that style of glasses, is the glasses that someone who's really good looking
Okay.
puts on to make themselves uglier for some reason.
Remember,
you see
you can't be hurt
Yeah,
by
but
it.
you see it. You see it all the time. You see actors and they purposely
they try
wear
to downplay.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that movie She's All That, where she's wearing the glasses and she's considered the nerd,
Yeah.
the outcast, and then for some reason she takes the glasses off, and all of a
and
sudden
she's beautiful.
She's just beautiful.
Yeah. It
So
was
if I
like,
take
like,
glasses off?
oh my gosh, you're stunning! Wow, that's
But
amazing.
I would say that you look like Grandpa on a cruise, like for sure. All you're
don't-
missing are the loafers.
I don't think it's that
I
bad.
have loafers at home.
You do?
Yeah, I'll wear them
No,
in tomorrow.
wait. Now, okay,
Oh.
let me ask you this, because
I'll wear a
I don't
full
get
grandpa outfit.
I get okay. You're wearing a sports shirt, like a
This is
polo.
today, yeah.
Okay, and so when you wear your Hawaiian shirts, maybe
Yeah, well-
you look like you're ready to go play golf today.
Yeah, I am.
Are you? Okay, nothing wrong with that.
But like I went to Old Navy a couple weeks ago and bought 4 of those, like, Chad told me they were 70s style shirts, where it's like, there's the first button's not even down till a little bit down your chest. So you see a little bit of that weird neck chest hair
There
thing
you go. Good for you.
popping out.
Yeah, enjoy
So-
that.
No.
Thanks for that.
At least I don't.
Nobody needs that.
I was gonna say I don't smell. Do I smell like I don't smell like a grandpa.
No.
No, you
No.
don't smell like butterscotch and mothballs.
Ew.
Yeah.
Butterscotch would be nice.
Yeah.
gonna go look for some
Old
butterscotch.
people always have like a lozenge at the ready.
They have those
Betty
there's
does.
originals.
Yeah, or like
That's what's in Betty's
Sure, I
desk.
do. I have them. Here's the thing. I don't dress like a grandma, but I definitely act and I
You
decorate.
definitely.
Yeah. Oh, you
Definitely.
decorate.
Like a grandma.
Oh, 100%.
For sure. I have
It's-
to try and rein it in.
It's funny because, like, you know, I sit on your side of the desk, so I see you on Facebook
Oh,
Marketplace.
the stuff she
And
looks at.
you're looking for the mid-century, you are.
Love
but
it.
what you do come across, though, is you still come across the things that a grandma probably
for sure.
had. And then you've already,
for sure.
I mean,
She
you
probably died on it.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
I'm like,
We've
oh my
moved
gosh,
stuff.
I want it.
I want to like nice mid-century modern furniture can be super expensive and it's beautiful. Like the lines of it are beautiful, and that part of your taste is like I resonate with that. I'm like, yeah, that's really good. The part where you're like, I'm gonna buy this latch hook rug thing and hang it on my wall.
It's
like,
so cute.
I know.
I
That's,
love it. And
I-
it's still there.
And I love, but see, this is the thing. I love that you are unapologetic about it, and you're like, this is my style, and I love that. I respect that.
but
It's
you won't be
nothing-
caught dead
No,
with it.
I would never have.
Which he literally
Yeah.
said when I bought that
Yeah.
latch hook rug.
Yes, I
he
would
was
never
like,
have
I
it.
won't carry that.
No, I would not. I refuse
Even
to
though
carry
those
it.
two men stopped me and asked
Yeah.
me where I got it and offered me $50.
You
for
remember
it.
I paid them to do
No,
that.
you didn't.
I did. Ask
That
Marty.
is a lie straight from the pits
Ask
of hell.
Marty.
No.
I asked them to stop
It's
you.
not-
Okay.
no, I
Ask
don't believe
Ask
you.
Marty.
I don't believe her.
Oh, she's not a liar.
You
Come on.
probably paid her to say that. No.
All right. Well, I think we got to get out of here today, and that's going to have to do it for our Aftercast. And thanks for being a potty.
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.